Swiggity through, how'd you do, guys? This is Powerhouse Pancham.
What's going on, fellow nerdians? This is Nerd Kiddo here, bringing you another video on my channel.
And today, guys, we're doing a collaboration and showing you guys an actual VGC 2015 team build featuring the Mega Evolution Mega Venusaur.
Woo!
Right, anyway, we decided to use Mega Venusaur because it's so bulky, it's a really good Mega Evolution to use, and also gets the ability Thick Fat,
which is very good against ice types and fire types, which is actually weak to.
Yep, but the Thick Fat ability actually neutralizes them threats because the damage dealt to by fire and ice type moves is halved. So technically speaking, ice type moves and fire type moves are only neutral.
Which is very, very good.
Okay, on to the next moves. We have actually gone with Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb. Giga Drain and Sludge Bomb are both stab. Giga Drain is for HP regeneration, it is stab, and so is Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb, however, has a higher base power of 90, not 900, and actually has a 30% chance to poison the target. Great against a Pokemon like Cresselia,
because it's woolly and we want to tox it to make sure it loses HP quicker.
Yeah.
And yeah, really.
Yeah. Also, Leech Sheets, a move we're going to decide to run. Leech Sheet is just so you can actually Leech Sheet, say in Landorus, if it's locked into Rock Slide or Earthquake, and basically that just gets your HP back every turn, and it just like slowly but surely actually just wears down the Pokemon completely.
Yeah. Another move you could use is actually Synthesis. If you guys don't know what Synthesis is, it's basically a bit like Moonlight, which Cresselia gets. So basically, depends on the weather, depends on how much HP you actually gain back.
Yeah, so in the sun, Synthesis actually regains 75% HP, but in Sandstorm and in Rain, Synthesis only recovers 25% HP.
Whereas Leech Seed, you can actually take HP away from the opponent as well. So there's good things and bad things about both.
Yeah. We've also gone for Protect for our last move. Protect's always a nice move to have in VGC. It's just for scouting out, and obviously you can Toxic Stall your opponent to death, which is something Nerd Kiddo really likes to do.
Yep.
Alright, onto the EV spreads. We've gone with a bit of a odd EV spread with 252 in HP, 114 defense, 76 in special attack, and 14 special defense. We have actually put no speed investment. Basically, we're not going to be able to outspeed Mega Venusaurs at speed creep us, but that's fine. The 252 is just to maximize our bulk. 114 defense lets us take a high proportion of timid it lets us take a non-life or Brave Bird from Talonflame, and also the 14 special defense lets us take a timid hyper voice from Mega Salamence, even if it's just the one target onto Venusaur. A 76 special attack is just pretty much to make as much damage output as possible. If you really wanted to, you could take out some special attack investment and put it into speed, just so you can guarantee outspeeding other Venusaurs.
Yep. We also actually run the Calm Nature, which is plus special defense minus attack, because it's a special attacker, not a physical attacker, and we decided to get rid of that to plus the special defense to make it even more bulkier to take more special attacking hits as well.
Okay, so yeah, this is our first Pokemon. We make it to level 50 quick. Yeah.
Level 50.
Yep. Yeah, so if we look onto our next Pokemon, when we think of Venusaur, we think of it being really weak to Salamence and also really weak to fire types like Charizard, and a Pokemon that destroys both of them really, really well is Landorus. Landorus is obviously a Pokemon seen everywhere, even in singles. To be honest, I've never really played singles, but I know it is quite up the ladder, especially on Battle Spot. And Landorus is an absolute dominant Pokemon, especially in VGC 15, and it's just a Pokemon to have everywhere. So are we going to make this Choice Scarf, or are we going to go for a bulky variant?
I think we're just going to go Choice Scarf, just go all out physical attack, deal as much damage as possible. And I actually do believe that Landorus 3 form has actually been banned by Smogon now, which has been recently going around everywhere. So that was a quick little factor of the day or whatever, but we're actually going to go with Choice Scarf with the Intimidate ability.
This is what makes Landorus so good, as well as having a massive 145 base attack. It also has Intimidate, which pretty much just makes Pokemon such as Kangaskhan or Terrakion quite useless, which is really nice to have. Also, the Choice Scarf means that we outspeed most Pokemon inside the meta. So if we go Earthquake as our first move, it is Stab. It's basically one of the best moves in the game, so we're going to go with it. And we are actually going to go with the best move in the VGC game, in my opinion, and that is Rock Slide. 75 base power. It has 90 accuracy, and it has a 30% chance to flinch.
As you can see here.
what move are we going to go for next?
I think next move we're going to go with is actually Superpower, I believe.
Yep, Superpower is a really nice move because if it is Adamant, it actually OHKOs Kangaskhan as well as Terrakion unless Focus Sash. Obviously, Kangaskhan does have to make an evolution, so Superpower does OHKO it. The Intimidate is also really nice to recycle. And personally, the fourth slot I would choose is U-Turn. But Nerd Kiddle, what would you use?
To be honest, I'd probably use U-Turn as well.
Yeah.
Mainly because of the switch initiative and stuff. But there's other moves you could use, for example, like Outrage.
Yeah, Knockoff is a really good one. And US National Champion Alex Ogloza, I've been watching his channel quite recently, and he does actually run Stone Edge as well as Rock Slide just to get the guaranteed OHKO on some Pokemon such as Salamence. Well, although it doesn't OHKO it, Stone Edge does more damage, and also it has a high crit ratio.
Yep.
So if we go into the EV spreads, we can basically see that the suggested spread here is 252 in attack, 252 in speed with 4 in special defense, so we click that. But in my opinion, I would make this guy Adamant instead of Jolly. Basically, Adamant just guarantees the OHKO onto Kangaskhan with Superpower, and to be honest, you don't really want to be outspeeding other Landers. It's not really a necessity. So yeah, so we have our first 2 Pokemon here, and as you can see here, we still have quite a big Ice Weakness.
Yeah, with double Ice Weakness.
So we could actually bring in a Pokemon which is 4 times, it's 2 times resistant to Ice, but it does really well against Ice types, and in my opinion, is probably one of the best Pokemon as well in the game. We could choose between Bishop or Heatran. What are we going to go with?
That is a very tough choice because I do love both Pokemon, but I think this time we're actually going to go with Heatran because it's a Fire Steel type, and overall I just feel it's a lot more powerful than Bishop.
Okay, yeah, I totally agree there, and special attackers don't get affected by Intimidate. I know Bishop does get the +1 from Defiant, but I think special attackers are so important to have in this game. What item are we going to run? We can run so many.
I think Focus Sash would be the best one.
Ah, yes, the original Focus Sash. Basically, when I first started like VGC 15, I tried to actually use a Focus Sash Heatran. You would not believe how well it came into play, surviving close combats from Terrakion, Earthquakes from Landers, and be able to dish back all that damage with a Heat Wave or an Earth Power, which actually most of the time got a knockout, so for our first move we can actually go with Heat Wave. Next, Heat Wave is a really nice move, and to be honest, I wouldn't run Flash Cannon on a Pokemon like Heatran. Basically, Flash Cannon would be used against Fairy types and maybe Rock types, but we have Earth Power for that. Flash Cannon, I don't think is a necessity because if we do come against a Fairy type like Sylveon, we do wall it pretty much already, so I would just go with Earth Power for this one.
Yep, I totally agree.
And for the third slot, I would go with something like Overheat. I know it sounds a bit out of the ordinary, but Overheat, you would not believe how many OHKOs it gets, and it's just such a good move. 130 base power, 90 accuracy, and lowers we use a special attack by 2, but we can always switch out. And for the last move, we're using the good and mighty
Protect.
Woo! Right. Right, so on the EV spread, are we just going to go with basic like 252 in special attack, 252 in speed?
Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go for.
Okay.
Because that's what seems to work well.
Yeah. What we could do is that we could make this guy timid, just outspeed Braylon, because Braylon at the moment seems to be giving our team a bit of a problem. So we already have Overheat just to like get those guaranteed knockouts anyway. So I think timid is the right call here.
Yeah.
Right. So as you can see, we have three pretty standard Pokemon. Mega Venusaur being lesser standard, but it is still a really cool Pokemon and it is commonly seen. So for our fourth Pokemon, what we're going to run with? As we have a look down, we can definitely see we are lacking a bit of we are lacking some psychic communities or psychic like dishing out power to psychics.
Yeah.
So my favorite Pokemon to deal with this is in fact Gengar, but do you have any other suggestions?
Not really. I feel Gengar is very, very powerful as well and seen quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it could also be used well as a support Pokemon as well. For example, running Will-O-Wisp and Icy Wind and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
It also gets like the essential Levitate ability, which basically just means it's immune to Earthquake, and that's all you really want to know for VGC 15. This means Heatran and Venusaur's hit neutral with Earthquake, but Heatran has a 4 times weakness to it, meaning that Levitate is really good and it has really good synergy. So are we going to run... Oh, we can't run Focus Sash though.
Yeah, no, we can't run Focus Sash.
Are we going to change Heatran? Heatran's item?
I'm not sure.
Right. To be honest, I think Focus Sash is a necessity on Gengar. But we can. Is there any other?
Can I have a look to see what other Pokemon there is really?
Yeah, we have a look at ghost types available.
Ghost types. We do have Jellicent. I've used that quite a few times. That's pretty nice to use actually.
Yeah, Jellicent's nice. If we have a look further down, who else do we have?
We've got Sableye.
Sableye's really good for Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp using. We could go with something like Aegislash. Aegislash is really nice, but that is another Earth weakness, which is something we
And
don't.
another Fire weakness.
Yeah. So, Jellicent sounds really nice.
Yeah.
It's a bit out of the blue. But Jellicent is actually a really cool Pokemon. And for item-wise, what would you recommend? I've never used Jellicent beforehand.
When I used to run Jellicent, or well, I sort of still run it now. I used to run Leftovers mainly just for the HP recovery.
Okay,
But
leftovers.
you could also run Recover as well. But I've seen quite a few people run Choice Specs Jellicent with Water Spout.
Oh wow.
So
Okay, well, we're going to go with the Curse Body or the Water Absorb.
I believe Curse Body is a lot better in VGC because if you come up against Pokemon, for example, like Landorus or Sylveon, and they have they're stuck into a choice move, for example, Rock Slide or Hyper Voice, and then they can get beaten by the Curse Body because it actually disables that move, and it is so trolly because they either have to switch out or stay in and do no damage to you.
Yeah.
So Curse Body, I believe, is actually the better ability in this situation.
And even if they use Struggle, Jellicent does resist it due to its Ghost typing, which is really nice. And what are we going to choose in terms of moves?
We could go with Scald mainly for the burn, or we could go for Water Spout for the damage.
I think just because Jellicent is such a... you know, like a bulky Pokemon, it's going to get damaged before it puts out its own damage. So I think Scald might be the right call here.
Yeah, especially because it hasn't got the best of special attacks stats. So if you could get the burn on the Pokemon that do very, very good damage, just to wither them away as well.
Okay, next we could go with Shadow Ball because it is stab. Yep, and now looking at the team, yeah, we do have a Choice Scarfer, but we have two quite slow Pokemon in Heatran and Mega Venusaur. Like, Heatran's definitely slow compared to the rest of the meta. Should we go with Trick Room?
Yeah, I was actually thinking Trick Room as well because we run in the slow Venusaur. Jellicent's really slow too, so we can actually have the Trick Room option in this as well.
Nice. So Trick Room, if you did not know, guys, you should probably know, but if you didn't know already, it actually reverses the speed, the order in which Pokemon go first. Basically, the slowest Pokemon will go first in Trick Room. The unfortunate thing with Trick Room is that it cannot be set up straight away because it has a -7 priority, meaning that no matter what, even if your Pokemon has Prankster, it will always go last. And for our last move, we could go with something like Taunt or even something like Protect
There's quite
or
a few
Recover.
We could go with Recover or Pain Split actually. I was looking at Pain Split mainly because you could share your HP.
Okay.
But we could actually run something like Recover, or we could get a bit of Poison coverage with Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave.
Okay. Well, I really like the look of Recover personally.
That's what I did run on mine.
But if you want to run something like, I don't know, like even like something like Ice Beam or even Giga Drain, it gets Giga Drain.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Powerful.
Okay, so what are we going to go with? Or we could go with Water Spell.
We could go with Water Spout actually, or Dazzling Gleam, but I think because Jellicent's really bulky and has a very high HP stat, I think Water Spout would be one of the better ones.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so obviously we can see straight away that his HP is quite monstrous.
So if we put max EVs in HP, it will make it even higher base stat, meaning Water Spout would do more damage as well.
Okay.
So,
basically, do you have any EV spreads for Jellicent?
no, I don't really.
Okay, well,
I think just really max HP. You could invest into defense and bulk if you want to.
yeah, I think defense might be essential here, just because the like Pokemon
Bisharps.
such as like Bisharps is all over the place. I don't feel we should go max defense though because we want to like spread some of the EV. So I would go something like 100 in defense or 124.
124 and some special defense.
Yeah, we could put like I don't know, like maybe put like should we put like 72?
72.
And then 60 in special attack.
Yep, and possibly give it a modest nature.
Sassy.
Or actually minus
Or-
speed.
yeah.
Plus special attack minus speed.
Okay, so we could go with a quiet nature. Which
I think that'd be
actually,
better because it helps with the Trick Room as well. So.
yeah, so this Jellicent is actually really cool because we've actually made a Trick Room mode on this team, which I'm really liking. So for our 5th Pokemon, right, this is going to be a tough decision. We could go with something really, really generic like Conkeldurr.
Yeah, I do like Conkeldurr.
Yeah, so Conkeldurr is actually a really cool Pokemon. Should we go with it, or
Yeah, we could actually go with Conkeldurr.
because it is slow as hell, and it is actually a really good Pokemon, and actually has a lot of power behind it. So we could run the Assault Vest version.
Assault Vest or Life Orb, that's the two I mainly run.
Okay, what would you recommend?
Well, Life Orb's good for power, but Assault Vest is good for the special bulk because it doesn't have the best of defenses.
Yeah, we do need to sum it up though, because
Or you could actually run Flame Orb
Flame Orb.
because of the Guts ability. So
Alright, fair enough. I don't mind. If it were my decision, I'd probably run something like Life Orb, because in Trick Room this Pokemon's going to be the fastest out there. However, it would be nice to then, I guess, sort of be able to take Hyper Voices quite easily with Assault Vest and start knocking off the opponents, or even poison jamming them if we decide to run that move. So what do you want to go with? If you want to go, if you want to go Flame Orb, we can go with it, because we can always run Drain Punch to get that HP regeneration.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, we're gonna run a Flame Orb. We can always change it in future games.
So this, personally, guys, this is the moveset I would run. I would be running Protect mainly for the first turn, so you get the Flame Orb off, and then you get the Guts boost on the next one. Could change this up, but this is what I was thinking, and then we could go with Drain Punch.
Yep. Drain Punch.
Mach Punch for priority. You come up against Sash Pokemon, for example, Breloom. And I believe it does get Poison Jab, which is good against Pokemon like Sylveon.
Yep.
The Ice Punch is good
Yeah,
as well.
I was thinking Ice Punch definitely, because we don't actually have ice coverage yet, and I definitely recommend it. And anyway, Heatran, and Mega Venusaur pretty much destroy Sylveon as it is, so I think, yeah, Ice Punch is definitely a good call.
If we put max HP and max attack, I believe
Yeah.
it takes a Brave Bird from Talonflame.
Okay, well if we go max HP, max attack, yep, and then if we put 4 in special defense,
Yeah, 4 special defense, and we could do a Brave Nature.
yep, Brave Nature plus attack
Plus
minus
bold.
speed,
Yep, plus that minus speed. just
and then
for
if we
trigger.
change the IVs to 0,
Yep. Should we do that on Jellicent as well?
it already has.
Okay.
Okay, so that's really good. We have 5 Pokemon now. Pokemon that's really concerning me right now is in fact Talonflame, because it can just tear through Conkeldurr, Venusaur, and Jellicent.
I think we may need a fake out user, mainly for just say you come up against Talonflame, you can fake out the Talonflame and go for a Rock Slide, and then actually take out that Talonflame, and that's a big threat gone for their team.
Well, in retrospect, we could actually go with a Quick Guard user like Terrakion, because it gets Quick Guard and also it has Rock Slide for Talonflame. So we could go with Terrakion. I don't mind. What would you recommend?
Yeah, we could go with Terrakion.
Yep. Or yeah. So Terrakion seems like a good.
What about Talonflame itself? I was just thinking possibly Talonflame itself.
I guess. We do have ways to beat Kangaskhan, I guess, and yeah, we could go with Talonflame. Talonflame's
Because
actually
Talonflame does get Quick Guard as well. So.
yeah, so we do get Talonflame here. We can run. What are we gonna
Life-
run?
Have we got Life Orb?
Yeah.
We could actually run Life Orb Talonflame.
Okay, Life Orb sounds like a good idea.
We could run Quick Guard as well.
Yeah, with Galway. So we're gonna go Quick Guard. That is our main move. Brave Bird, definitely.
Yeah, definitely Brave Bird.
Brave Bird. How about Tailwind? I know it sounds a bit out of the blue, but Tailwind can really start screwing over our opponents really well.
Tailwind, we could also run Roost as well. But a move I've actually seen quite common on Talonflames is actually Overheat.
Overheat is a really good move. The best thing about Overheat is that we don't take recoil damage, and with the right investment, Overheat does more than
Their Blitz.
yeah, well, it is more essential, and even though we do become a -2 special attack, we can then just start spamming Brave Birds all over again, because that doesn't affect us.
Yep.
So if we go with Overheat, there we are. So onto the EV spreads, I would definitely go with, should we go with max speed, or should we just make this quite a bulky?
I was thinking of bulky Talonflame.
Okay, so if we go with max attack,
Yeah, definitely max attack.
we could go with like, if we make it a plus attack nature, and then a minus special defense nature, just so we don't actually lose out on special attack.
Yep. Quick find that.
If we just do it on,
Plus attack. Yep.
and then yeah, if we go
Minus special defense, which is naughty.
Ooh.
Naughty nature.
naughty. Yeah, so we do actually have a naughty nature Talonflame, and we could go with something like, should we go with like 56 EVs in special attack or something, just so we actually.
Yeah.
So
We can possibly just run it up to 60 or whatever.
yeah, so yeah, we run it up to 60, and then we just put the rest into HP, just so we actually have a lot of bulk. If we take out 50, what? Okay, yeah. So we now have a pretty cool team. Should we hop straight into battle spot?
Yeah, let's hop straight into battle spot. This team looks very fun and nice to use, so hopefully we can have a bit of fun with this.
Yep, so battle spots doubles VGC.
Let's go.
89 teams.
Yep.
I made 3. Oh. It's a shame we're not doing it on my account, because if we did, we could have actually come against some pretty good players.
Yeah.
But no, this team, I'm actually looking forward to using this team. I've never used Semi Trick Room, so we do actually come up against Betico.
Betico, he is bringing, or she is bringing, this good Cresselia, Goodra, Camerupt, Heatran, Breloom, and Ferrothorn. One thing I can say here is actually a Trick Room option.
Definitely.
Mainly because of Camerupt, Cresselia, Goodra, also, and Ferrothorn.
And even Heatran's pretty slow itself.
Yeah.
So, a Pokemon I definitely cannot see us bringing here is definitely Venusaur. You can get access to Sap Zipper with Goodra, Camerupt, and Heatran.
Yep, Goodra can learn Ice Beam as well.
Wall it pretty much. Breloom obviously can start. Well, I guess it beats Breloom, but then Ferrothorn does a really good job against Venusaur, and Psychic on Cresselia is such a common thing. So I don't think we should bring Venusaur to this matchup. But I do think we should actually bring Landorus, because that Earthquake looks like it can do an absolute ton of damage. So we go with Landorus here, and we could actually go with something like Jellicent, because it doesn't actually hit Camerupt and Heatran for super effective damage.
Yep.
And it can even just like get off loads of damage with Water Spout.
And if we really wanted to, we could open up with Landorus and Jellicent. And if he does go for the Trick Room, we could go for the Trick Room ourselves with Jellicent and actually make it just back to normal, so Landorus will outspeed again.
Yeah, and I think a Pokemon here essential to our winning is definitely Talonflame, because Brave Bird and Overheat is going to be so essential.
I think Conqueror is quite good as well, because it does have the Ice Punch for Goodra, the Drain Punch for the Heatran,
and
Mach Punch for the Sash, and then Drain Punch for the Ferrothorn. So.
Yeah, my only worry here is, in fact, the Cresselia, because it can Ice Beam Landorus and it can just Psychic Jellicent for huge damage. So, if it were my decision, I would go for Heatran, but you make the call.
I don't know. I don't mind.
Right, rock, paper, scissors. Come on, let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Right.
Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Right, we're gonna go with Heatran after a long. Right, so we're gonna go with Heatran. I'm gonna regret this decision right now. Right, we're gonna good. Okay. So we're just gonna tell our opponent good luck and have fun. This is a crazy good lead for us. Opening up with Landorus and Jellicent, because basically this turn we can go for a U-turn on the Cresselia to get super effective damage off, as well as a Water Spout.
Oh, this looks so powerful.
Wait, it is a male Jellicent. Oh no, it's female Jellicent. We want the Pringles.
You too. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Betico.
Betico. This team does look really fun to use. It's actually you can see the Protect coming, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, look how much it did. I definitely think a good call here would be Talonflame. Heatran, although would be nice. Camerupt does a lot of damage to it. Well, in fact, no, we could go out into Heatran, but it's too late now.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see how much power this Water Spout does. We've done nothing to Cresselia.
Okay, so he does get a Trick Room up.
We can still get a Priority Brave Bird on
though. Yeah, definitely. Oh, we don't run Protect, do we?
No.
Right, what's our opponent going to go for this time? Camerupt isn't going to be able to do much.
Is it Lava Plume? Is it Lava Plume?
I
can't remember what it's
called.
called.
But it's not going to do much damage to us, is it?
I know.
And also, Jellicent is the slowest Pokemon on the field right now. So we could actually double up into Cresselia or a Brave Bird and a Water Spout.
Or a Shadow Ball.
Yeah. We could, but looking at the amount U-turn did, we could, I'm not sure. Should we risk it, or should we go for Water Spout?
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Water Spout I think would be better, because it can hit the Camerupt as well.
Yeah, especially if he stays in. We don't know how good our opponent is. We are starting on a new account, so we are actually... Okay, so he brings it... Oh wow, good play by our opponent here. But I'm a little bit shocked at this play. Only because like we can simply just protect. Oh no, we don't have protect, do we?
We could run Overheat. Well,
we can Overheat the Ferrothorn here. I think we
might
should...
protect though. That's the thing.
That's I think he needs to go on the Hyper Defense, because we've got too much damage on him already.
Yeah.
And we can then switch into Heatran just to resist the Power Whip that's going to be going on to Jellicent. It's 4 times resistant, and also Cresselia can't do anything to our Heatran because Psychic and Ice Beam are both resisted due to its Steel and Fire typing. Okay, good call there. You went, yeah, you got the great call. He gets a crit, which is a bit of a bother, but not to worry. We can still pull out victorious. Right.
So now,
should we go for a Brave Bird onto the Cresselia?
would he switch out Ferrothorn though? Would he go into another Pokemon?
I think if any player's gonna make heroes go back into that.
Yeah, that's what I was
Camera
thinking.
up.
Back into the camera ups.
But we do. It doesn't really matter because we have a Landorus and a Jellicent on the field, and he's only got 2 turns left to Trick Room.
So we're gonna OT again?
Brave Bird to Cresselia for priority.
But he might protect again. That's the thing. That's what's going on.
But Heatwave's gonna Oko the Ferrothorn anyway. It doesn't matter. If we lose Talonflame here, it's not the worst deal in the world.
Enemy Heatwave.
Yeah.
Hopefully we do connect. I think he might just protect Cresselia and switch back into camera up. That's what I'm personally thinking.
Yeah. The only thing with this play. Okay, good play. Okay, so
he
but he
did-
doesn't protect with Cresselia, which is real good for us.
But he's gonna take out Talonflame, I think. Yeah.
That doesn't matter though because Talonflame. We still got our Heatran on the field.
Burn. Oh.
You can't burn a fire type. Okay,
know.
so we can go on to Jellicent here quite easily.
But he might go into Ferrothorn predicting the Jellicent. So we could possibly go into Landorus here, but
Yeah, we can go into
we
Landorus.
do run Protect as well, so.
Uh,
Or you can go back into Jellicent because.
yeah, because Heatran threatens the Ferrothorn too much anyway.
Yeah.
So if we have a look at the base speed of Camerupt here, we just hover over it. We can see that its base speed is probably going to be 22, and we're going. Okay, so it brings in this Breloom. Cool play. Okay, so this Camerupt does in fact outspeed us. That's fine by us.
Because we're in Trick Room, so that means we go first.
Yeah. So should we switch? Right. We have a dilemma here.
I think he's just gonna try and hit Heatran.
What I honestly think is going to happen is that Camerupt's going to go for
Protect.
a Protect, and then that Breloom's going to go for a Bullet Seed onto Jellicent.
We got 40 seconds.
So should we go for Water Spout and Heat Wave? Go hyper offensive. No going back.
I think he may even go for a Drain Punch or not Kangaskhan.
Okay, he takes us down to our slash. That's fine. We do get a Water Spout off. We are going to take out this.
Oh my
camera.
gosh! Jealous of his power.
Yeah, and we take out the.
Yeah!
Woo! And Twisted Dimensions turn back to normal. So this Ferrothorn has no way of winning right now.
He's gonna protect first turn though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's gonna protect, but that's fine by us because we're just gonna be burning Eternal Sleep,
Yeah.
which is gonna be real good for us.
Yeah.
If we were really cheeky, we can actually switch out. Oh yeah, it was the Sash that won us the game.
I was tempted to scold.
What I was gonna say, we could scold the Ferrothorn for the burn, and then switch onto Landorus just to get the Intimidate off.
Yeah, good call. I think he's just gonna protect her anyway.
Right, he says Sash. Oh my gosh.
It's.
Oh god.
He's forfeited.
Ah.
He's rage quit.
Ah. Should we go for one more battle just before we round off the episode?
Yeah, let's do it one more.
Okay. So, one more battle of the day. That is what I say.
Get good Mato.
What?
So I believe this it's not an NU team. I was just thinking it was NU because of the Seismitoad, but he's actually bringing Seismitoad, Gorgeist, Electro, Slacking, Aggron, and Tyranitar. So we do have 2 possible Megas here, which is actually Aggron and Tyranitar. We have a Truant Pokemon, so that can be used in our favour. Be careful with the Electros because it has no weaknesses.
You can straight away see that this is a Trick Room team. Tyranitar, Aggron, and even Seismitoad all give this off straight away. I think that Seismitoad will have Water Absorb though, so we do have to be careful of that. But we do have Venusaur, which is really good. Pokemon I can see that do well here already is definitely Conkeldurr. Can Drain Punch, Mach Punch the 4 times weak Aggron and Tyranitar, and even get a lot of damage onto Slacking. Venusaur does well here because it can Sludge Bomb the Gorgeist, it can Giga Drain the Seismitoad. So I definitely think Conkeldurr and Venusaur are essential to match up. We're not going to open up with them though. I think Jellicent should be opened up with. I think we should try and get Trick Room up.
Yep, Jellicent.
And we could actually open up with Venusaur, just to stop the Seismic Toad from doing any damage to us by Giga Draining it.
Yep, Venusaur, bring Conkeldurr in the back.
Yep, and our last Pokemon is actually essential to our lead, and I think Heatran is the Pokemon for this.
Yeah.
It can Heat Wave, it can Earth Power, but then again, Landorus does get the Intimidate support.
That's what I was thinking.
And he
Plus,
doesn't-
it can also help out with
And he
Torrent
doesn't have
Attack.
any Pokemon that can do damage to it apart from that. Probably Electros with Hidden Power Ice and that Seismic Toad with like Ice Punch maybe. So I actually think Landorus is the best call here. Although we will be going into Trick Room, we can actually reverse it, or we can even just stall it out. So he does actually go into Super Sized Gourgeist as well as Slacking. Right. This is a bit of a worry for us because we... Oh. Let's check the Gourgeist speed right now.
53 to 116.
Okay, so the Gourgeist probably is slower than us, which isn't too bad. We can actually end up Water Spouting here if we really wanted to.
Is that what we want to do?
I'm not sure.
I was thinking possibly try and get a burn on Slacking, because
Yeah.
if Slacking can actually pack Shadow Claw. So.
Okay, so if we want, we can Scald to Slacking,
Yep.
but it will be faster, us remember. As well as we can actually switch into Landorus just to stop Shadow Claw from Okoing.
What, switch
I
out
get
the
it.
Jensen?
No, switch out the Venusaur, just so we get the Intimidate off.
Okay, yeah.
So basically his Slacking has to go right now. So you do get a nice little Intimidate off onto the Slacking, which is really nice. He Hammer Arms Landorus, which is even better. Wait, he Hammer Arms... What? Wait,
Wait, what happened there? So he hammer armed Venusaur, and then you skill swapped abilities. So
Oh, okay, so Slacking has Frisk now, and Jellison and Gourgeist does have Truant. Okay, that's fine by us because we can easily just superpower the Slacking here, as well as actually get a Shadow Ball off onto the Gourgeist.
superpower.
Yeah. Superpower.
Oh, that thing's stuck on the edge of my computer table. Is this-
So this is actually going to be really fun because I really like this team. I actually want to use it.
I think we need to do this more often though. Collaborate more often, do more videos
Yeah.
like this. I think this is really fun. So
Yeah.
it goes down Slacking.
Boom.
I can't believe
Oh my gosh, look how.
he was
Like,
slacking.
but it's got Truant. Wait.
He's getting the
Oh
Intimidate.
no. Oh, that's fine by us because we're definitely gonna have to switch out Landorus here. Oh wait, it can it? Because it's got Truant.
Oh yeah, it would have Turin, wouldn't it?
Wait, or would it? Because Gourgeist attacked this turn order that had Truant, so would Truant like now be used on this turn?
I have no idea.
So we can Water Spout here, easy. Well, in fact, no, he's
I
gonna.
was thinking
he's
burn.
Yeah, we can burn the Aggron, and I don't think we should superpower here. I think we should actually switch out into Icon Kelder.
Yeah.
It resists Gourgeist's Shadow Ball. If he skill swaps, that's fine, because we do actually get the Intimidate off then. He goes for Outrage and gets a crit. What?
Burn. Ah.
Trick Room, nice.
Oh. Ooh. Oh. Oh.
Oh, kill him! Oh, kill him!
And we do outspeed. Well, in Trick Room we will outspeed. So we could go for a
Shadow Ball?
Shadow Ball onto Gourgeist, and probably I was thinking Drain Punch.
Do we outspeed the Aggron now on the Trick Room?
Yeah, because we have 45 and he has minimum 49.
Okay, so yeah, go for a
Drain
Drain.
Punch, and we can get some HP recovery as well.
Oh, kill him! Oh, kill him!
Come on. Yes! Woo!
No!
Some HP recovery. Phantom Force. Shadow. Oh, damn.
I'm scared.
Oh, the burn's gonna take.
No,
a while.
not Flame Arm!
But now we can go into Landorus.
Yeah, we can go into Landers, or
What does Phantom Force do again?
first turn it basically vanishes. Second turn it then attacks its Pokemon, which is going to be Jellison. That's fine by us because we could switch on to Venusaur right now. But then again, is Jellison really worth saving? Thinking about it, I personally don't think it is worth saving. And Phantom Force from a Gore, guys, let's be honest, it's not really going to take us out, is it?
No, we could just Water Spell.
Yeah, so in fact, I don't think Water
That's
Spout's going to
Shadow.
be. Yeah, Shadow Ball to Gore, guys.
And then.
Go for a Earthquake? No. We could go for a Superpower, Or even a rock slide.
I was thinking rock slide.
In
Well,
fact,
we go
now
last,
we
don't
want to
we?
get rid of this aggro superpower. We want to get rid of it.
We're going to be attacking last because we are Troy Scarves though. So.
Oh no, because. Okay, no.
Phantom Force done nothing.
Boom,
And Gorgeist has gone
boom,
down by
boom.
Jettison. Goose Outreach, Curse Body! Oh, I thought it said Curse Body. Oh, if we got the Curse Body, that would have been hilarious.
Oh.
We did end up actually winning that match. Actually, no, he's got one Pokemon left. I thought we actually won then.
Wow, Mr. No kill. Wow, just fine. Gallop. Why does he run Outrage?
It's normally like Heavy Slam, Thunder Wave,
I remember when I used to run one.
Rockhead Smash, or whatever, something like that.
Head smash, yeah.
Head Smash, yeah. Protect as well, that's what I normally see. Seismitoad.
Oh god.
We do have Venusaur in the back though.
Oh, yeah, we need to conserve this Intimidate on Lando. So Scold. That. Oh wait,
We
wait.
could have Water Absorb.
Okay, Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball. That's Seismitoad. Let's switch on to Venusaur, just so we can.
This is very Ice Punch Landers, because that means you need to kill Venusaur.
This fight. This fight.
Oh, that does. Oh,
What?
damn.
Was that a prediction? You poison jab to ground type. A ground type resists poison jab. What is this
So
man
you can
playing?
just Shadow Ball again and then Mega Evolve and Leech Seed.
No, get. Come on, that's good. Let's put this man out of his misery.
What, Giga Drain Jettison? Yeah.
He's using a frog that has warts on its head. They don't look like warts.
No, no, no.
Oh. So this should be a quick two victories now, and this is going to be really good for us. Focus our sheet round coming into play, like really good call, Mr. Nerdkiddle, because that actually won us the game. And woo! Wait, did he just drain punch a Venusaur?
Yep.
My brain. It hurts. Never mind. Okay, so that's two victories. And as you can see, we already moved up to a 1081 rating, which is really good. This team is really good, guys. We definitely recommend it. Go watch back at the video and watch like how we built it. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys.
Make sure you check the links down in the description. Basically, when I upload it onto my channel, I will leave Powerhouse Pancham's link down in the description, and he will do the same for his video when it's uploaded onto his channel.
I'll do my outro and you do your outro. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe only if you want to. And for now, Pancham people and fellow Nerdians, goodbye.
Woo! Make sure you do leave a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I shall see you guys in the next video.